Okay, friends, I'm really high right now, high on heart. So powerfully that I thought I'd turn the webcam on and see about sharing some of it with you. And, well, there are two things that I watched tonight, and I'll share the links with you. They're pretty powerful. And one of them, pardon the clicking sounds, oh dear, I've already closed it. Okay, that's all right. I downloaded it. It is Max Igan, or Egan, and it's an hour show, radio show of his that I found on YouTube, and I'm going to upload to my site, and it's called The Calling. And I really feel so good about how it lays things out, gives a very broad-based picture of the current state of affairs. And for you lovers of truth out there, even when the truth hurts, even when it's dark and difficult and that kind of thing, we know still that there's nothing more important. It doesn't matter whether the truth is sunshine and rainbows or whether it's Dungeons and Dragons and darkness. It's the truth, and that makes it worth it. That makes it really worth it to know. Now, as I was listening to this video, my heart went into such an intense layer of prayer, and it was just repeating again and again and again very powerfly this certain call, this certain I don't know what to call it, just these words, and they were developing and refining as the video went on. And so I had a part of my consciousness listening to the video, and at the same time my heart went so deeply, so intensely focused and in prayer and saying these words that I wanted to share them with you. So now, recently I shared with you a video interview of Inelia Benz by Bill Ryan of Project Avalon. And I take great heart from her and from her mission and what she has to share and her perspective on things. And it makes me rejoice inside. It really does. And I share her attitude that really the light has won. And there's no question about that. That is not what's at question. The only thing that's in question is how difficult will the transition be. And you know, folks, that depends very much on you and I, on us both working through our personal stuff and on staying in tune with truth and with heart and leading and following as heart would have us do and be. So, as I was listening to this video, this is what my heart was saying and doing very, very intensively. And these are not just words. Words are very, very powerful. These were the words around a focus so intense that my heart is still fired up over it. And here it is. Take the money, power, wealth, and authority away from the dark ones right now, and remove them swiftly from the earth. Awaken, unify, enrich, and empower the light beings now. And this is what needs to happen. It is through the control of money money and the power it represents, that we are abused, used, and misused all over the earth. It is the money, the power, wealth, and authority. These all go together. And it's time that they were removed from those who have misused and abused both them and us. It is time. It's just that simple. Their time is over. And as we all, without hatred, without malice, anger, judgment, or any of that, just the simple recognition that the time for this is over, and to make the call and to lend your voice to it in whatever way your heart chooses, whatever way you're led into this. It's a little difficult, okay. It's a little difficult to watch the calling and videos like this, and you don't want to do it casually. This is not casual viewing, but it was a very sacred time for me. And there's such an intensity in my heart that I want you to feel the fire that's there. I know tonight these words flowing through me made a difference, and they are making that difference right now. My friends, what's it called? Peaceful non-compliance. Okay, that's good. Now, this is more active. And it is certainly non-compliant with the wishes of those who currently hold the power and wealth on this planet. But you know what? Tough shit. Okay? No anger, no rage, no resentment, no jealousy, no darkness of any kind. And still, your heart can say something like this with the intensity of a sword, cleaving the real from the unreal, cutting through all the bullshit. It is our time, my friends, but it won't be, or it won't be to the extent that it could be if we don't take it upon ourselves to call it forth. It's really important that the light beings come to a deeper, more practical understanding of free will. Free will is something you have to exercise. It isn't something that you can sit back and just hope that everything's going to turn out right. Just hope that somebody else is going to do something. It really is a doing when your heart takes up the sword and pens words like this and then says them over and over and over again with such intensity. It was a beautiful thing, and I was more or less the witness of this flowing through. I guess I noticed myself doing this about halfway through the hour-long video, and completely through to the end with such intensity. I'll read it again. This is what I said. Take the money, power, wealth, and authority away from the dark ones right now, and remove them swiftly from the earth. Awaken, unify, enrich, and empower the light beings right now. So, if it finds a place in your heart, my suggestion is that you find what works for you. You find the words that say it for you. And just remember, when you do something like this, you're casting your vote, and your power is a function of your light, your vibration, your frequency. And so don't think you're some little small nobody. You know, street sweepers can be far more powerful than presidents and prime ministers and kings and queens. It's not a function of what appears in 3D. That is the smallest part of you. That's the toenail on your big toe. All right? The whole 3D manifestation there is such a small part of you. It's pathetic. It really is. We get to thinking that what we experience here in 3D is us. And that's what they want us to think. That's how we've been programmed to think. But come on, look at this with me. Our conscious mind is at most 15 or 20% of the fullness of our mind. The subconscious and the unconscious are the huge parts of us that we don't have conscious access to, but we do have access. Come on, it's still our mind. It's just that we're not consciously aware of it at all times. A lot of this comes out and we work with it when we leave the body at night. Your dreams are not pretty pictures that go through your head, through your brain on some kind of a movie screen there. You leave the body every night. And those that want to can become conscious of this. Set the intent to be aware of your comings and goings and begin to be conscious, more conscious, not only when you're waking, but when you're sleeping as well. We are majestic, mystical beings of great power and might and authority. But the thing about authority is you have to exercise it. You have to make your wishes known, your decrees. Decree a thing and it shall be done. Well, you've got to speak it. Whether you speak it silently in your heart, you go in your closet to pray, you shout from the mountaintops, the rooftops, it's your choice, and your heart will lead you. And the power of this is that what your heart leads you to is the greatest empowerment. Imitating someone else or following someone else's lead is fine, as long as when your heart nudges and guides you, that you leave off everything else and you follow your heart. That's your wisdom and your knowledge and your intelligence at work, your inner intelligence. Your superconscious speaks through your own heart. We all have this inner teacher there. And heck, it's probably us in our higher self. What do I know? In this conscious mind here, we don't know much. And that's fine too. Come on. That's how it is. And how it is just has to be good enough because it is what it is. And you know me, everything brings blessing. I don't care what it is. And I don't care how dark it is. If it's truth, bring it on. But the thing is to follow the heart at all times and in all ways. Now, it seems to me there was something else I wanted to bring to you, and it's not ringing any bells right this moment. Okay. All right, so it is what it is. You know, I come to you pretty empty most of the time. Now and then there's something on my heart or even on my mind. I mean, it does happen. And I bring that to you. But mostly I come to you empty and I just let my heart speak. So let me say, if you find anything of value in this vlog, in this video, blog, journal, whatever we call it here, consider that your heart is every bit as powerful. And if me following my heart has brought you any kind of blessing, I want you to consider the blessing that can come to you and to the world by you following your heart. Everyone's heart is sacred. Good night.